Okay.
Okay, pause, stop recording. I think it's recording.
I see record up there, man. That's awesome.
Oh, cool. Hey, dude.
Dude, a long time no see.
Yeah. How you been?
Man, excellent. A little
Yeah.
hot here in Texas right now, but
You're in
it's okay.
Killeen, Texas right now? Or are you
You bet,
outskirts of
man.
Killeen? Yeah.
We're smack dab in the center of Killeen.
Wow. And are you in the center of COVID hell as well? Or are you guys okay?
Actually, it's not too bad here. You wouldn't think anything was going on around here. Just go
Okay,
to
good.
Walmart or Home Depot, man, and
Yeah.
we
Okay.
got the mask thing going on, but
Okay.
uh,
Yeah.
so does all Texas. So
We're
yeah.
we're totally restricted right now, except for we can go like shopping, but we can't go
Mhm.
to restaurants or nothing like that. Before that, we were even locked
Wow,
down. I couldn't go to Family Mart to get family chicken. Can you believe that?
wow,
Do you
that's
miss
not cool.
family chicken?
I do. I
Yeah.
miss God. There's so much about Okinawa. I miss every day. There's something I think about from Okinawa that it's like, man, this would be good right now, or
Mm.
swing by Family Mart and grab a little
Oh,
bento or
yeah.
something.
Little
So yeah,
bento, onigiri. You get the pork and the egg and the rice. And most people who don't eat onigiris, they have a hard time with it wrapped with seaweed. That's the only
the,
problem, right?
the
So
seaweed is a little,
yeah,
yeah,
it's at
yeah,
first it's like this is good, but if it didn't have that ocean taste to it,
right.
so yeah,
or
but
or
I'm I
Southern
love it.
Star, Southern
So,
Star Odeon.
oh,
You
look
know,
at that! Look at that!
yeah.
Might be so. I wore that for you. I got some Orion beer. It's shit
Every
here,
now
but
and then
it's
I can,
really good when
yeah,
somebody
yeah.
gives it to you free.
Every now and then I can find it out here, surprisingly. So it's usually
Wow.
about $15 for a six pack, but it's worth it.
15
It's a taste
bucks
of
for a
home.
sick bag. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
so how many years did you actually spend on the island?
Altogether, 9 years.
9 years. And
9 years.
you were a Marine for how many years? Were you Marine off and on? Did you come to the island a couple times or was it just one tour?
Yeah, no, a couple times. Actually, three times as a Marine, and then the fourth time retired. So
Yeah,
yeah, man.
that was fun.
Yep. So
And
yeah, it was 6 years. 6 years stationed there, and then the other three that we were just there was there as a civilian. I was a dependent. My wife was a contractor. I was dependent.
yeah, you
Life
were a
was
good
good.
dependent. I thought you were rocking that pretty well.
I tried to.
Yeah. So maybe people don't know, but you are Clint Walker. Is it short for Clinton?
It is. It
Oh,
is.
Clinton. Very. A lot of
Clint
Japanese
rocks.
hear my name,
Yeah.
Clayton, and they call me Clinton. Like, ooh, Bill
Oh,
Clinton. I go, no, no, I'm not. It's not.
yeah.
I'm not Bill Clinton. I'm not
No, no,
Bill
no.
Clinton. I'm telling you,
Right.
I'm not. I'm not. That's cool. So, you
Very
you
cool.
you were a Marine. I met you a long time ago, and I think I have a Peaceful Love towel here from 2000. I'm not sure of this, but did you play with Blue Diamond Band and Kelly Wright? Did you play guitar
Mm,
for her on that Peaceful Love? No.
not on Peaceful Love.
Oh,
I
I
did
thought I thought.
Clint Walker and the Groove Cats
Yeah. So you
on
guys
Peaceful
played.
Love.
Yeah, you guys played
Yeah.
on. Was Doug playing bass for you?
Uh, let's see. That time would have been
2013. I
uh,
saw some pictures of you playing with Doug Esterline with Clint Walker and the Groove Cats, but
yeah,
but
yeah.
2000.
2000 would have been the first time. 2000 would have been Sam
Oh, okay.
Lynch, um, Tim O'Rourke on drums,
What?
and
Tim
yeah,
O'Rourke? No way.
Tim O'Rourke.
Tim. Oh yeah, he had a little stutter, right?
Yeah,
Tim.
yeah,
I think he was an old Green Beret, wasn't he?
he was.
Was
Yeah,
it? Was it Tim? Yeah. That's. I
he
totally
was.
forgot
Yeah,
about Tim.
yeah.
Oh, that was
Uh, and
awesome. Yeah.
and then Jim Kirk on keyboard.
Oh wow, you really
So
had some Groove Cats, didn't you?
we had some stuff happening. It was fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's right. So for some reason, I thought you were also playing guitar for Kelly Wright at that time, but
I
um,
think I sat in a gig or two.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
You're like a
yeah.
hired gun. Were you a hired gun back then?
For a couple of small shows.
Yeah.
Let's see. It would have been Mike Robles on drums.
Oh yeah, yeah, Mike. I
Yeah,
see him on Facebook a lot. He's yeah, he's solid, man. Mike is
yeah, oh
solid.
yeah,
I think
and
Mike and Jeff Schumacher, those two
I remember
guys I
him.
think have too many drums. I
Too
think
many.
Mike,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm pretty sure Mike's set was like this much drums and all these others that was extra. I don't know what they did. But I mean, if you want to play YYZ from Rush, you need all those roto
You got to
toms
have
and
all that
stuff, right?
stuff, right?
Oh man, that's cool. Yeah. So what's weird is I'm staring at the towel. It's I kind of like made a I love me Chuck Wow room here, and I don't know if you saw I posted it, but I got the electronic drums. I got a drum snare from Chibi,
Oh,
from
Chibi, yeah.
Murasaki, and
Mhm.
I got a bunch of stuff. I got Willie's bass up on the wall and Apin's guitar and stuff, and
Oh,
you
very
know.
cool.
So, but
Some
I
good
have
folks
these
right there.
very special Clint Walker custom made guitars, right? So,
Nothing like them on the planet.
I see my reflection and I'm opposite. I should have mirrored my reflection, but this guy up here, I got off you when I was in Chicago, right? And
Yep,
but this is one of the Sugi woods, right? Well, I
that
we
is.
probably
Yep.
should back up a little bit here.
Mhm.
Um, when you became a civilian, you got into building guitars. I don't know if you were building guitars before that, but I mean, you started building guitars. I mean, like
I started,
professionally.
yeah, I was still active duty, would have been around 2007, I think. Uh,
2007.
yeah, probably 2007 when I cut my very first body. And then,
Yeah.
probably 2009 or 10 is when I did a full complete, neck, body, everything. Um,
Wow.
and then, yeah, shortly after that, I retired. And then just that's all I started doing was building guitars.
Huh. Yeah, and luckily I bought this Flying V and I gave it to my Fat Mike from Infinity Star World, and I
Mhm.
kind of was thinking, man, I really wish I could have a V, and that's when I was like, hey, Clint's making guitars. I saw him make it
Yeah.
for somebody, and so you made this V for me here. We put the
Yeah.
Zach Wild neck pickup, right? What was that, the
I,
P81, or it wasn't
man, I
as
can't
hot as the
remember.
bridge one, but it's got a
Yeah.
nice active pickup in it, and all it does is it's ballsy. That's
Yeah.
all I do. It's like the singer Halsey, but this guitar is
Yeah,
ballsy.
but ballsy. Yeah. Sorry, I keep moving around.
No, it's okay.
There we go.
um
I'm
you
outside. It's
know
really nice out here today.
so I was talking to you right before you had retired, and I want to jump back a little bit. I apologize.
Mhm.
But you what was your first job in the Marine Corps? Because I know what your last was. I want to talk about that.
The first job was actually on Fatima.
Yeah.
I was there, got there in 91, and I was a supply clerk for 1st Low Altitude Air Defense Battalion,
Wow.
Stinger Gunners.
Nice. Okay.
And what a great unit, man. That's grunts of the air wing kind of thing. Them guys
Yeah.
they were hardcore. And I
Yeah.
thought this is the way the Marine Corps is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
good time. And my
so
first time on Okinawa too.
oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. Raising hell.
That's it.
Were you always a guitar player growing up? So by the time you became a Marine, were you already shredding, or what was going
I
on
was
there?
trying to shred. Yeah. I started when I was about 12. You know,
Oh, okay.
kind of that thing to do, and then played off and on. And Okinawa, I had to buy a guitar and
Yeah.
buy a little
Yeah.
amp and all that kind of stuff. So I think that was a point where I really got focused into it,
Yeah.
and that is where I first met Stevie. Stevie had a band with Kachan,
Oh
and I don't
wow.
remember the drummer, but it was before Fujiyama was Fujiyama. It was Club Underground,
Oh wow.
and
Club
Stevie had a band.
Underground. Wow.
Yeah, Stevie had a band, and it was called Glass Onion,
Oh
and he
man,
rocked.
I think I saw a picture of Stevie playing at Peaceful. Didn't he play at Peaceful?
Yeah, I don't
with
know.
like electric guitar, or maybe it
Yeah,
was just
yeah,
another video. But yeah, he used to play a lot of electric.
yeah.
I was
Well, and
surprised.
that's when I saw him. Yeah, that's when I first met him. And hell, I was blown away, man. That was
Yeah.
back when Gate Two Garage was a sign. Back when
Oh yeah, yeah,
the Cannon Club was still rocking. So yeah,
yeah.
man, good
Actually,
times.
Chibi reopened the Cannon Club.
I
At
heard that.
first,
Yeah.
at first he called it some name, and
Hmm.
I think Nori and I visited him, and I was like, "You should call the Cannon Club again." And he
Yeah.
renamed it, not because of me. I think just a lot of people were saying, "What? This is like the old Cannon Club. Why don't you call it the Cannon Club?" So,
Yeah, man.
but then COVID-19, and a bunch of
Yeah.
people doing bad things here, lockdowns, and music scene's kind of rough. But
Yeah.
nothing's ever as
It's
good as it used to be.
Oh yeah, no, it's getting that way over here too. We got a lot of clubs that are having to shut down
Yeah.
because of it, and they're shut down
Mm.
indefinitely. And some of them are able to get a restaurant license and they can open. So it's kind of like if you get a beer and a burger, you're okay. You can't just go and get a
Yeah.
beer or you're gonna get COVID.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't get it. I just want to play guitar, man.
It's weird times, isn't it? I actually just want a beer, so it's
All
pretty
right.
it's pretty similar, right? But different.
Yeah.
I was going to talk about, so you're a Marine, and I know
Mhm.
what was your last job in the Marine Corps? Because I love it.
Oh wow, the last job, and I never thought this would ever happen. I wound up being a guitar player for Marine Forces Pacific Band,
I know. That was so awesome. That
and
was so awesome.
those guys were like, "Wow, Gunny must be nice. You don't have to do. You're not transcribing music. You're not marching. You just show up, play guitar, and you go away." And I'm like, "Ain't that how it's supposed to be?"
Yeah,
It
that
was a
is
good time. I
that is
learned
how
a
it should
lot.
be.
I learned a lot. Man, I got to see some cool country too.
Yeah, I
Among
saw some pictures. I kind of like scoped your Facebook. I saw you were playing in Thailand, the
um,
kingdom. That was
Ca-
awesome. Oh,
Cambodia,
Cambodia.
yeah,
That's right,
Cambodia,
Cambodia.
Mongolia, Samoa,
No,
Vancouver. Yeah,
that is
it was cool.
amazing. That's just
Yeah,
amazing. You were playing a black Les Paul looking guitar. Was it a Les Paul custom, or was it a bunny, or what was it?
dude,
Was that
it was a
Japanese?
no, it was a original 1971 Gibson Les Paul,
Oh my
and
gosh.
it was heavy as you could imagine a Les Paul would
Yeah,
be.
it had the
Uh,
custom looking neck. I saw that all gold
yep,
trim and
yep.
gold pickups. Wow.
It, it,
That
it
must have
was
been
it was a
nice.
Les Paul custom. It was a
Did that belong
reissue
to the band?
that belonged to the band.
Oh wow.
And it's like,
Uh,
well, after that, I was like, man, you guys need some new guitars. So
yeah.
my other job was, being in supply. Well, I kind of knew how to get them stuff. So it was
Yeah,
time when they had
nice.
money. It was like, okay, I'm getting you the good stuff. And
Yeah.
I don't know if they still got that old Les Paul or not. I doubt it. They probably swapped
No.
it out and got with all that
That
new
looked
stuff.
pretty good. I don't usually see you playing a Les Paul, so I
Dude,
enjoyed those picks.
those are well what I'm doing now. I've got a couple. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
Les Paul's way to go, man.
Uh, So, like I said, after you'd retired, you were
Hmm.
civilian here, and you made the Flying V for me. That was
Hmm.
awesome. And you started making a lot of guitars for people,
Yeah.
and they were buying it. Now, this is pre-luthier school, right?
Yes. Yes, it
Even
was.
the Sugi wood, that's pre-luthier, is it?
Uh Now this is where it gets interesting with that one because I was at Lutheran school when you and I talked, and I was making that neck at Lutheran school.
Ah,
So I had already had the body made in Okinawa, and
okay.
I was like, well, shoot, I'm going to Lutheran school. I might as well make a neck while I'm there.
So
And that's
what year did you go to Luthier school, and what was the name of school in Arizona?
yeah, it was Roberto Vin School of Lutheran,
Yeah.
and I went. Let's see, fall of 2014, and we got out of there February of 15. It's about just about 6 months of school.
Yeah. Was that you stayed there the whole time? And oh, looks like a video cut out for a second there. So you actually
Oh, yeah.
dorm? Did you dorm there as well?
You know what? I rented a house.
Oh,
Was
okay.
there on the South Mountain in Phoenix, right next to the South Mountain. Actually, the schoolhouse owned 9 acres of land, and they
Mm.
had a house on there. So me and two other guys, we roomied up and
Oh,
paid rent,
yeah.
and that was
I
it.
I met some guy in Chicago there in Evanston, just north of Chicago,
Hmm.
at the Guitar Center there. He was the tech, and he goes, "Yeah, I went to the same school." So we were chatting about
Yeah,
that. So it's I
it,
think it's
it
one of the
it's
main schools that people go to, right, to build.
it is. Hmm.
Yeah, that's cool. So everything changed after that school. Then what happened? Did your skills get just crazy mad? And
Everything slowed down for me up until that point. I say slowed down. It made me really stop and think and actually enjoy the build a little bit more.
mm,
Um, it was more, I learned a process. You know, I was doing things I didn't know why. I just knew it had to be done a certain way. But once you understood the why, it was kind of like, oh, I get it. And it just kind of makes you just think a little differently and realize that there's more than one way to do it. And you really kind of find out, okay, what works for you. Um, and I enjoyed that. For me, already building guitars before I went, I didn't have to learn a lot of new stuff. I already knew, how to do bands, how to use a bandsaw, how to use a router, how to, you know, uh, the difference on scale lengths and
yeah,
winding pickups and all that. So
yeah, you blew me away because when I had some frets that were buzzing on a guitar, you were like, "No, I just replace those." But anywhere you look online or something, you have to replace all the frets. I'm like, "Really? Do you have to replace all the frets?" No, you were like, "Nah, just you went in there and replaced it." So
just
that
just a
was pretty
couple, yeah.
cool. Yeah, just a couple. No, it was good. It's still rocking. So
I I
yeah.
I have had a customer come in with a 56 Les Paul Junior or the special with a two P90s TV yellow
Nice.
original
Oh yeah.
1956. Fingerboard was wasted on it, and he's like, "Well, what do we do?" And I'm like, "Well, I'll pull the fingerboard off and put a new one on it." And he was like, "Really?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And
Why not?
I I pulled it off and put a new one on it, and I didn't even think nothing about it, and then I did a little bit of research, on that guitar, and I mean that's kind of an expensive guitar, 56 Les Paul Junior, two P90s
Uh,
TV yellow, and I'm
yeah,
like, okay,
yeah.
well,
I
and
had the Les Paul Special,
mhm,
and it had the double cutaway. I gave that to my son. But those guitars, the fretboard's just amazing.
yeah,
Yeah, I love that. But what's weird is I didn't know why it was called TV yellow, but the old days in black and white, if you played an actual white guitar on TV, it would blind everybody. So they had, yeah, so the guitar was yellow. So when it was in black and white, it looked white.
it looked
It's
white,
called
right?
TV. Yeah, it's called TV yellow because
Right
that looks white on TV. A
on
white guitar
TV.
would blind the people watching TV. That's weird, right? I never knew that.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's TV yellow. What is stupid? Yeah, yellow TV. Yeah. Hey, you
Yeah.
also built you started building cabinets. You built a bass, right? When you were
Yeah.
playing with the Groove Cats, I saw then you were just playing Clint Walker for a while there.
Uh-huh.
This was after 2013. And
Uh-huh.
tell me about when you were playing with Hisashi. What was that band called? Just Clint Walker?
Oh, no, no. With Asashi, we were Pavlov's dogs.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, back
So
in oh 03, oh 03, oh 04. No, it wouldn't have been that. It would have
no.
been oh 06, oh 07, oh 08, somewhere right around there. Uh, yeah, that's when I was playing with Roger and Hisashi, and I was playing bass.
Yeah, you were playing bass and
Yep.
you had the biggest smile on your face because here's this guitar player. that's playing bass and singing these, songs. I remember
Oh, dude,
you were
it
you were
was,
getting way up there. Your voice was you were like stretching
it
it
was.
each
I
night.
remember.
I was like, holy crap. Yeah.
I can still do that now. I do that with the band I'm in now. So
I remember
yeah,
the
man.
Jet song. I was trying to sing with you once. I jumped up on stage and it was like,
Yeah.
wow, that was high. And you're like, I don't know how I do this. And
I
then talk the
remember
next day.
Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap.
Oh yeah.
I remember you jumped up there a couple times on that. Yeah,
Yeah, that
that
was
was a
fun. I
fun
can
band.
say oi, oi,
Yeah,
oi. Yeah, it's a talent.
yeah.
Uh, that was cool. So you built a bass cabinet, didn't you? You built a bass.
I did.
Yeah.
I did because trying to find a cabinet in Okinawa or have one shipped, yeah, they were going
Yeah.
to kill you in shipping. So
Oh yeah,
man, I got online and like bass plans, and I found one that worked, and uh, I think it sounded pretty good.
yeah. Yeah, it was weird. I'd never heard somebody built their own amp. I was like,
Yeah.
okay. I've heard first you're building guitars and you're building amps and yeah, and thank you. You built me the sub. By the way, that sub is super lightweight. It
Oh,
is
cool,
amazingly super lightweight and it's got tons of thump. I have a
cool.
350 watt the Carver. It's an old amp that Harry let me
Mhm,
have. But I got to get a different amp for it. But the crossover worked
mhm.
fine in it.
Oh,
And
cool.
yeah, I had my electronic drum set over at the Coral Cove Club, right on Torrey, and the drummer that was playing it, it was perfect. It gave it just enough kick, and you
Good,
could
good.
feel the kick drum. Yeah, so that was awesome. The cabinet's
We
nice.
had a plan. You wanted it
Yeah,
light, and it had to be
yeah,
small, and it had to thump. So I kind of looked where I work. We also we run sound, live sound, and we rent a lot of
yeah,
equipment.
yeah,
We have this brand called RCF. It's Italian company, and I kind of took some dimensions off there. But of course, everything's different because it's lighter. Their cabinets are heavy, but yeah, I'm glad that worked out, man.
yeah. It was great. And
Cool.
you're not only building guitars, but you wind your own pickups and
I
everything,
do.
right?
Mhm. Yeah.
You're even doing all the hardware, right? That's
Yeah,
cool.
I've been machining some hardware on the old
Yeah.
CNC, and that's been fun. I mean, if it's cool for me to try to make as much of that guitar as I can possible.
Yeah.
You know, to include. I haven't done a guitar amp in a while, but when you're playing through your guitar, through your pedal, through your guitar amp, it's
Yeah.
kind of like, all right, hey,
And then if your
uh,
tone's bad, it's all your fault.
right,
100%
yeah.
your fault. Uh,
That
hey,
tone thing is subjective. Yeah.
tell me about your band right now. It's Scratch 3, right?
Scratch three.
Yeah.
Man, we are doing. Uh, man, I feel like I'm 16 again in
Yeah.
1986, 87.
I heard some Aussie. I can't remember. I heard some Black Sabbath. I can't
Paranoid.
remember
Yeah,
your guitar player, your bass player. He's got a pretty high voice.
dude,
Uh,
that guy. Any of the Robert Plant, any of the Ronnie James Dio, any ACDC, any of that high range stuff.
nice.
That guy's on it, man. He
Oh,
is
so
bad.
you're the Billy Gibbons of the band. You're saying.
Yeah, well, it's turned out to be that way.
Yeah.
um, golly, man, the songs we're playing. Oh crap, there's so many. But anything 80s you've heard on the radio or that
Oh
you
yeah.
was cool in the 80s, we're playing it. Yankee Rose, David Lee Roth.
Oh no
Uh,
way.
uh, we got about 6, 7 ACDC songs. Ronnie James Dio, Iron Maiden, Poison, Queen, Rat, um, Joan Jett. Uh, golly, there's just it's all fun stuff. Like
Yeah.
I remember when I first saw you guys, when I first saw Chuck Wow, and you kind of explained what is the band? Well, we're just a fun punk band, kind of.
Mm.
I think that's what you said. And I'm like, you know what? I want to be in a fun rock and roll band. So
Yeah.
that's kind of
There
what
you
we've
go.
done with Scratch Three. We have no
That's cool.
ballads. We don't do
No.
ballads. We do rock and roll, man. That's it. And I'm loving
Nice.
it, having a blast. Yeah.
Do you have the local places that you normally would play besides COVID? Like normal bars where you're playing at?
Yeah, there was, well, when things were up and running, probably about 5 different places right in our area, uh, that just loved it, you know? Then there's a couple places out of town, like up in Waco, or,
Mm.
last year we went down to, South Padre Island, about 6-hour drive, but
Wow. Wow.
they put us up for 3 nights. We played 3 nights in a row, had
Cool.
a blast, and now that COVID's hit us, we actually had a gig this last Saturday night out in a field,
Oh yeah.
and field party. You
Oh,
know, we
I
had a,
maybe I saw some pictures. Again, I
yeah,
was
flatbed
scanning your
trailer, and
Facebook.
throw the band up on there. People came out with
Nice.
the coolers. Yeah,
There you go.
it was good. We're finding a way. When we got hit real hard, and they said, okay, nobody's going nowhere. Uh, we Where I work, uh, my boss, said, hey, let's do some live streaming stuff.
Oh
So,
yeah, yeah. I saw that.
man, we did that, and oh man, I don't want to do that again. It's too revealing. It was like, oh yeah, somebody needs to practice.
Yeah,
It,
Chris and I, we did a distance apart. We recorded one of the new songs I wrote like 5 years ago. I haven't
uh,
recorded nothing, but yeah, that's hard. So it's like, just record it, then play along to you, not lip
right,
sync it, but just play along and sing, but we'll have
right,
the recording because, oh my gosh, cut, take, retake.
yeah,
But if you're videoing and recording at the same time,
yeah,
oh my gosh, that's a lot of
that's
pressure.
hard.
Can we
Yeah,
start over? Oh my
yeah.
gosh. Hey, so you're
Yep.
working at Texas Road Gear, right?
Texas Tour Gear. Yep,
Oh, Texas Tour Gear. Sorry.
Tour Gear.
And did you work for a little bit at Guitar Center?
I sure did.
Oh,
That was all about 3 months worth.
3 months, and I was like, all right, I
Three
need a
three
different gig.
long months. Well, one of them corporate things. Corporate coming down, going to dictate how I'm going to do my job as a luthier, and it's like,
Yeah,
yeah, when I'm going to do it. I got to come
yeah.
in on Sunday, and it's like I'll work Monday through Saturday, but I'm not working Sunday. And
Mm.
so about that time, Texas Tour Gear called, said, "Hey, we would like to bring you on." I'm like, "Okay." Went to Guitar Center the next day. Said, "I'm out. Bye." Grabbed my
Oh,
tools and went
nice.
to work at Texas Tour Gear.
Now, where's that at? Is in Killeen?
It's actually about 20 minutes, 20 minutes east of here at Belton, Texas.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
And you get a lot of people that come to you who are like up and coming musicians or famous musicians.
We get a lot of local,
Yeah.
but because of where we're at, we have a lot of live shows across the street from us at a venue. So a lot of country acts come through,
Oh,
touring acts.
nice.
But man, I'm getting all sorts of work from local guys, guys that are just jamming at home, to guys that are in working bands. So
Mm. Do you get to
fret
sell your
jobs.
guitars in the shop?
I do. Yeah.
Nice.
Um, I got to pay a fee, but that's okay.
Oh yeah.
I got a couple hanging in there, and it's it's a good gig. It really is.
Good.
I've got a real cool boss. He's you know taken me out to Nam twice out there in
Yeah, that's
Anaheim,
right. I
California.
saw.
Dude,
Yeah.
Nam rocks.
Yeah.
Nam
Too bad you
rocks.
didn't run into Dennis. Each time you're in Nam, I was seeing Dennis post and you were posting. I was like, hey man, you guys need
you,
to find each other.
I did last year,
Oh yeah.
and at Nam 2019. I hung out with Dennis for a little bit. We had some beers, and he brought a
Nice.
buddy named Larry Danson with him, and so met Larry. Larry's cool. He's on my Facebook now, and
Okay.
yeah, old Dennis. It was good to see him. Yeah,
Yeah. Those days, rock and roll, man. Hey,
Y2 Rock.
Y2 rock. I remember one time, uh, I maybe played bass, but we decided to do November Rain because I do
uh,
kind of an Axl Rose impression.
okay.
But but when we were rehearsing it, Dennis was so pissed off at Roger because Roger was playing too fast that Dennis was purposely playing the keyboard so slow. And I was like, what are you doing? He goes, nope. He's just playing it so slow, like slow Roger down.
Oh,
But
Roger, man.
that was fun. Those days, man.
Yeah,
You know
man.
what? So a lot of people have your guitar, and I hope they reach out to you. You're on Facebook, and
Mhm.
if you want a custom build, I mean, you were so nice. The Destroyer, the that you made for my kid,
Oh yeah,
it was just awesome. And I probably should have had you make it for me, but I'm way too nice to Wesley. So,
dude,
but
that
that
guitar, that of all of them, that is one I would have kept for myself in a heartbeat. That was
that
a
was
good guitar.
badass.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
thank you for that. And
Dude,
so
you're very
hopefully
welcome.
people can reach out to you, and you're still making
Mhm.
guitars, right? So I know Roy
Yeah.
keeps you in business because I see he's like got like 12 of your guitars probably. And then Dave Ralston has been buying guitars from you too. So
Ralston has a crap ton of my pickups.
yeah.
So I've wound a lot of pickups for him. He's got a handful of guitars, and
Mm.
through Dave, I got a couple of guitars up in mainland, Yoshio
Oh
Nomura.
wow. Wow.
So Yoshi is serious business, man, and so he's rocking two Clint Walker guitars in Tokyo,
That is
man. It's so
nice.
cool. Yeah.
I don't play the green one very good. I think those are Burstbucker pickups in it. The tone's nice, but
Mhm.
I got to get the neck adjusted a little bit.
Oh, okay.
But what's amazing is the Flying V. That
Uh-huh.
thing intonation's still perfect on it.
Oh, good,
And
good,
yeah, I was just playing some riffing before I got on here with you. So that
nice.
it's still working good. Hey, I got to go. And before I
Okay,
go though, I just wanted to ask you one question.
sure.
This is true. Our buddy Max, right? The drummer
Yep.
Max.
Hmm.
Max always says to me when he sees me, he says, Clay Sump, nicest guy in rock and roll. But I always say, Clint Walker, nicest guy in rock and roll. So, in your honest opinion, who do you think is nicer in rock and roll? Clint Walker or Clay Sump? And you can be honest. It's
Oh
fine.
man, I'm gonna have to say Clay Sump
Are you
by
sure?
far.
Because if you said yourself, it sounds a little narcissistic. But I
dude,
say Clint Walker. I say Clint
dude,
Walker.
we'd have to fight on that one, man. I'm
But we
all for
wouldn't
you, man.
fight because we're nice. See, now I know you're not nice because you
We
brought up fighting. Those Marines, you could take
we
you could take the guy out of the Marine Corps, but you can't take the Marine Corps
you know
out of the
what?
guy.
A cold Orion would be. I'll buy you a beer. All right,
Uh,
we'll do it that way.
yeah, if I ever get out to Texas, man. Yeah, my Wesley, he lives in Fort Worth. He paints
Mhm.
F-35s.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
yeah, he works all the
Yeah.
machines that paint all the stuff before it goes in the top secret area and then gets
Oh, I
painted.
got you.
So
Yeah.
yeah, maybe I'll get Wesley and interview him, and that'd be
Oh,
fun.
that'd be cool.
So,
Heck
yeah.
yeah.
But listen, thank you, man. I do appreciate it, and you are the nicest guy in rock and roll. So
Oh,
thank
shut
you
up,
for letting
man.
me interview. Yeah, you take
Dude, it's
care.
great.
Let's stay in touch, okay?
Oh, absolutely, brother.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, buddy.
See you later. Thank
Take
you.
care. Bye, man.
Bye bye.